send in the clowns.
No. It's all because, so just work. Okay. Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in thin hair. Send in the clowns. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? One who keeps staring around, one who can't move. Send in the clowns. Just when I stopped opening doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours, making my entrance again with my usual flair, sure of my lines, no one is there. Don't you love the force? My fault, I fear. I thought you'd want what I want. Sorry, my dear. But where are the clowns? Quick, send in the clowns. Don't bother, they're here. Isn't it rich? Isn't it queer? Losing my timing this late in my career. And where are the clowns? Quick, send in the clowns. Well, maybe next year.
Now, if you're a singer, you know that acapella is scary. Great job, Claire. And now we have Eddie Sturman and Cassandra Beal, who will sing "Take Me or Leave Me" from Rent. I know, which one of you is Eddie? It's Evie. Looks like Evie to me, but anyway. So you must be Cassandra. Is one microphone up, or do you have two? You don't want to use the mics.
I think if we stand here like this.
Was there one here? And this one there? Okay.
Every single day, I walk down the street. I hear people say, baby, so sweet. Ever since puberty, everybody stares at me. Boys, girls, I
Okay, now, Claire, are you ready for this? Well, this is going to be a scene from The Actor's Nightmare by Christopher Durang, who recently passed away. And it's, I'm probably going to mispronounce names, but is it Ty Quarles? Close. Isa Alexander, Stella Van Ness, Kennedy Byrne, and Benjamin, is it Young? Young. That's close. I had Evie and Evie. Are you ready? Especially if you want.
Okay. Confusing otherwise. So The Actor's Nightmare is based on the reoccurring dream that a lot of actors have when they're about to go on for a show. Alright. So it's based on the dream that a lot of actors have where they're about to go on stage and they realize they don't know any of their lines. So it tells the story of a mild-mannered accountant named George who finds himself backstage at a play, about to go on, not knowing anybody, not remembering attending a single rehearsal. And the first scene he's in is what seems to be Private Lives by Noel Coward. And all that he knows is that his cue to unzip the back of his co-star's dress is when she coughs 3 times. And that's it. So, this is my cast. Please welcome them in a scene from The Actor's Nightmare.
Extraordinary how potent cheap music is.
What?
Extraordinary how potent cheap music is.
Yes, that's true. Am I supposed to be Hamlet?
Whose yacht do you think that is?
Where?
The Duke of Westminster, I expect. It always is.
Ah, well, perhaps. Be or not to be. I don't know any more of it. Are we?
Yes. Me with Victor and you with Sybil. Tell me about Sybil.
I've never met her.
Ellie, you're so amusing. You're married to Sybil. Tell me about her.
Nothing much to say, really. She's sort of nondescript, I say.
I bet that you were just about to tell me that she's just like Lady Bumble, and that she has several chins, and one brown eye, and one blue eye, and a third eye in the center of her forehead. Weren't you?
Yes, I think so.
Victor's like that too. I bet you were just about to tell me that you traveled around the world.
Yes, I was. I traveled around the world.
How was it?
The world?
Yes.
Oh, very nice.
I always feared that the Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it?
Not really.
I always feared that the Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it?
I guess it did.
I always feared that the Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it?
Hard to say. What brand biscuit box?
I always feared that the Taj Mahal would look like a biscuit box. Did it?
I wonder whose yacht is out there.
Did it? Did it? Did it?
Fine, this possibly looks dusty. I think we'll just clean it up a little bit. It's needed moonlight. Moonlight can be cruelly deceptive.
Extraordinary how potent cheap music is.
Yes, quite extraordinary.
How was China?
China?
You traveled around the world. How was China?
I liked it, but I felt home.
How was China?
Right, the Great Wall was great.
How was China?
I hated it. I missed Miss the maid. Oh, maid!
How was China?
Just a moment, please. Oh, maid! Ah, there you are. I think you missed a spot here.
How was China?
Very large.
Japan
Very small. Japan.
and Ireland
Very green.
and Iceland
But very white.
and Italy
Very Neapolitan.
and Copenhagen
Cosmopolitan.
and Florida
Very condominium.
and Pernambuco
Very mobile home, I don't know.
and Sybil.
What?
Do you love Sybil?
Who's civil?
Your new wife, who you married after you and I got our divorce.
Oh, we were married.
Oh, Elliot, darling, I'm sorry. We were bad news at each other. Kiss me. How ghastly! Oh dear, this must be Sybil. Oh, how ghastly! What shall we?
You get it.
What shall we do? We must all speak in very low voices and attempt to be civilized. Is this Amanda? Oh, Elliot, I think she's simply obnoxious. How very rude. Oh, Elliot, how can you treat me like this?
Hello, Sybil.
Well, since you asked, I'm very upset. I was just inside writing a letter to your mother, and I needed to know how to spell apothecary. A-P-O-T-H-E-C-A-R-Y. Thank you. Don't scribble, Sybil. Did my eyes deceive me? Or were you kissing my husband a moment ago? We must all speak in very low voices and attempt to be civilized. I'm not speaking in a low voice, yes, but I can still hear you. Oh, sorry. I can hear a bloody word she's saying. The woman's a nincompoop. Say something, Elliot.
I couldn't hear her either.
Elliot, you have to choose between the two of us immediately. Do you love this creature, or do you love me?
I wonder where the maid is.
Forget about the maid, Elliot! You could never have a lasting relationship with a maid. Choose between the two of us.
I choose. Oh my God. I don't know my lines. I don't know how I got here. I wish I wasn't here. I wish I was in a monastery like I almost did back in high school. I wish I that I didn't.
No, Elliot, your malaria is acting up again, and you're rampant. What who do you choose, me or that fat bitch over there? You're the fat bitch, not I! Yes, Elliot, who do you choose?
I choose. What's your name?
Amanda.
I choose Amanda. I think that's what she does in the play.
Oh! Very well. I can accept defeat gracefully. I don't think I'll send this letter to your mother. She has a loud voice and an overbearing manner, and I don't like her taste in tea china. I hope, Elliot, that when you find me hanging from the hotel lobby chandelier, with my eyes all bulged out, and my tongue hanging out, that you'll feel very, very sorry. Goodbye. What a dreadful sport she is.
Well, that was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Another big hand. pleasant chore. I hand out checks. The recipients of alumni scholarships for the class of 2024. This year, and for record, our scholarships total $57,000. I've divided the scholarship winners into groups and will ask them to step up to the podium. Now, when your name is called to receive this check, I will ask you each if you have decided if you're going to a college after Lincoln. So let's start with Vanessa He, Richard Mai, Joshua Imanaka Grabau, Kwanson Lee, Wilson Lee, and Sally Zhou. Can you come up? Now I know Vanessa, she was sitting next to me, so that'll make this easy. Why don't you all come this way? You want the money? Vanessa He, this is the Alumni Scholarship for Academic Achievement, and I believe you're going to UCLA. Whoops. We're giving out too much money. I can't handle all the envelopes. Aren't you? Richard. Who's Richard? This is a Clyde White Scholarship for Academic Achievement. Where are you from? UC Berkeley. UC Berkeley. I understand that, so we're enemies now. Joshua Imanaka Grabau. Did I say it the right way? Not yet. Okay. This is the Alumni Scholarship for Special Achievement in memory of Peter Yan. University of Hawaii. It's going to become a Sally, is it Chow? Not bad, David. This is the Ron Pang Scholarship for Special Recognition. Ron Pang was a principal at Lincoln High School.
Yes, he wants to. Still alive.
UC Berkeley. That's two for Berkeley. Kwan Sin Lee. Do I come close? Yeah. This is the Carl Schwartz Scholarship for Special Achievement. And where are you going to go? Community being CCSA. Wilson Lee. That must be you.
No.
This is another principal, the Gwen Chan Scholarship. San Jose State. Thank you. Oh my God. Check, right? Up here. For the second group, Sabrina Tan, Sophie Chung, Ho Chung Woo, Darian Valencia, and Kelly Lowe is not here. So, Sabrina, Sophie, Ho, Darian, would you please come up? Everything's out of order. What am I going to do?
Stop saying.
Sabrina Tan. I should have said, this is the Jean Marie Panier Soderquist Scholarship, #1. Azusa Pacific University. Sophie Chung. This is the Dolores Daubert Lewin Scholarship. She's going to the University of Pacific in Stockton. This is the Bill Buckley Memorial Scholarship. So, Ho, where are you going to go? It's 2 for San Jose. And Darian Valencia. Hi, Darian. This is the 1955 Men's Club Scholarship. UC San Diego, so you can go to All right, now John is going to take your picture. Now, the class of 1955 Men's Club number 2 went to Kelly Love, but she's not here. Her check has been sent. So the next group, please, Ariel Chen, Tian Ma, Nicole Ta, Derek Ma, and Christy Zhao. Need a secretary. Ariel Chen. This is the class of 2004 Leadership Scholarship. San Jose State, that's San Jose State's ahead. Tian Ma. This is the Alumni Association Scholarship in recognition of Abraham Lincoln. Where are you going to go? UC Berkeley. So I think Berkeley is tied with San Jose State. Congratulations. Nicole Ta. This is the Norma Bussey Memorial Scholarship, and where are we going? UC Berkeley's ahead. That's number 4. Derek Ma. Was that your mom? This is the class of spring 1958 scholarship. And Derek, where are you going to go? UC Davis or UC Santa Barbara, right? And Christy Zhao, if I'm saying it correctly. It's close enough. This is the Bob Kahn. By the way, Bob Kahn is on the Wall of Fame. He passed away recently. His scholarship, and where are you going to go? UCLA. So, if we can get Eric Chen, Karina Rosito, Claire, Miranda Kai, and Nicole Chan. I'm going to guess you're Eric. Eric Chen, this is the Barbara Avery Excellence in Mathematics Scholarship in memory of Keiko Suda Lowry. Congratulations, and where are you going to go? UC Davis. Karina Rosito, the Ted Sula Scholarship for Art. And where are you going to go? Fashion Institute of Technology in New York. Oh, Claire cover for the Whitehead Family Scholarship, myself and my bro over there. And I think I know that you're going to UC San Diego. Miranda Kai. This is the Mastanish Family Scholarship for JROTC in memory of Bill Mastanish, a World War II veteran. And do we know where we're going to go? UC Davis. Well, I think we're 4 to UC Davis. Nicole Chan, this is the Gordon Gribble in class of fall 1958 Science Scholarship. Gordon Gribble is also on the Wall of Fame. I believe he was the chair of the chemistry department at Dartmouth. Wow. And where are you going to go? UC Davis, I think that's right. All right, for the next group, Vivian Yu, Dioscoro Hernandez, Tiffany Lee, Kovigan is not here, so it's Samantha Hogg and Eleanor Meyerson. It's a lot of envelopes. Okay, where's Vivian? Vivian Yu has won the Sandra Blair and Carol Cohen Scholarship for Social Justice. And where are you going? Oh, it's between UCLA and Berkeley. So which is your first choice? Oh, she wants to go to LA, but her parents want her to go to Berkeley. Dioscoro Hernandez. This is the Sandra Blair and Carol Cohen again. This is a scholarship, though, for environmental justice. Where are you going to go? Oh, CSU Norton. That's my nephew. Congratulations. Tiffany Lee. This is the J. Walsh Scholarship for Environmental Justice. Where are we going to go, Tiffany? Between Berkeley and Purdue. Now that's... I mean, one's across the bay, the other one's across the world. Whoa. You know, you can boil it. Samantha Hong. Samantha Hong, you have been awarded the Mark Littke Scholarship for Journalism, number 1. And where are we going to go? NYU. So, if memory serves, that's 2 people going to New York. Right? That's good. Eleanor Meyerson. Again. This is the Mark Littke Scholarship for Journalism, number 2. So where we go? And for our final group, Ellen Zhang, Jaden Morales, Jonathan Bermudez, Nathan Yip, Leah Fong, Daniel Romero, Kyle Lee, and Kamayaya Diaz. Could you all come up, please? And tell me how to get your life. Zane. This is the Jean Marie Panier Soderquist Scholarship number 1. That's because we gave out number 2 before number 1. And where are we going? UC Berkeley, I think that's the forward. Jaden Morales has won the John E. Connor Memorial Scholarship. Where are we going? That's 2 for the University of Hawaii. Not yet. Jonathan Bermudez, the Florence and Eddie O'Malley Memorial Scholarship. San Francisco State. Nathan Yip, the Rick Boyle Memorial Scholarship for Basketball. What was your position? His position is everything. And where are you going to go? You're going to go... Yeah. You want San Diego State, so let's start. And now this next scholarship is the Jeff Stahl Memorial Scholarship. Jeff Stahl was on the original board of directors for the Alumni Association, a great supporter. Leah Fawn. UC Santa Cruz. Congratulations. Are you going to take a photo?
One more. Not done.
Oh, I'm sorry, there are more envelopes. I'm trying to pretend like I was planning that. Daniel Romero. Now, this is the Kenyatta Scott Memorial Scholarship. We are honoring Kenyatta Scott tonight. So this is very special that you get this. Daniel, do you know where you're going to go? Columbia University, you're going to live in a tent?
Too soon.
I know, that's what he said.
Kyle Lee. The Charlotte Paul and Peter Ferret Memorial Scholarship. So Kyle, where are you going to go? UC Berkeley, I think we're in 6. These guys can start throwing for sure. Okay, I know I'm going to screw this up. Kamaya Diaz.
Is he?
Nickname's Maya, so we're going with Maya. This is the Ted Shula Scholarship for Athletic Achievement. And where are you going to go? UCSF? Oh, CCSF. Basketball. You know, women's basketball is getting bigger and bigger. You could have a Nike shoe.
Yes.
You're the president.
But I'm the treasurer.
All right, can I have each one of our scholarship recipients stand up so we can give them a big round of applause? Congratulations. This is just great. Now to our honorees. Now I want to remind you that in the program there are bios of our honorees. So please read them so that their introducers don't have to keep repeating. As I mentioned last year, Lincoln lost its athletic director, Kenyatta Scott. If at the end of one of these Wall of Fame dinners I forgot to have us all sing the Lincoln hymn, Kenyatta would run up to the podium and alert me to my omission in no uncertain terms. Kenyatta's passing was very unexpected. He was much beloved. And so I'm going to ask Lincoln's drama teacher, Elaine Malenta, who wrote Kenyatta's bio for the program, to come to the podium to give us her reflection on this wonderful man who is the recipient of the 2024 Distinguished Faculty Award.
I think it's very telling that Daniel Romero, who won the Kenyatta scholarship, I taught him freshman English during the COVID year when we were all on Zoom and no one turned on their cameras. So I didn't recognize him. And I was like, hey, I know that name. And he was a fabulous student even then. Welcome, alumni, students, and friends. My name is Elaine Malenta. I teach English and Drama and Technical Theater at Abraham Lincoln High School. I have a few nicknames. The current one is Wally, but not as many as the man who I am here to remember, the incredible Kenyatta Sky. You can read his bio and his nicknames in the program. He taught math at Lincoln. He was also a soccer coach. He taught boys and girls at different times. He was the athletic director for a few years. And I think that's when I really got to know Kenyatta, was those long days when most everybody else has left the building, except for me and my drama and tech kids, and Kenyatta doing all of his athletic director work. During those times, we often spoke about the similarities between theater and sports. How both activities taught responsibility, leadership, time management, and so many more things. I mean, I could go on and on. He supported so many different events at Lincoln, including alumni events, such as the infamous crab feed, with the auction that oftentimes he would host, and this occasion, the Wall of Fame dinner. And I'm just going to take a moment to thank the alumni right now. Thank you so much for helping with this scholarship in his name. I reached out to a lot of people about this who wanted to come, but they just couldn't. So his friend Ab said, I hope the scholarship is one of his legacies. He loved teaching and coaching and making a difference in the lives of students. He always sought to bridge the gap and help find a common ground. He wanted students to be the very best versions of themselves. Another soccer friend, Sam, wanted me to convey how he loved to travel. And he could and did make friends anywhere and everywhere. He was insightful and well-respected as a teacher and a referee. He always knew how to create a bond between seemingly opposing sides. I could read you the bio, but you can read it for yourself. I could tell a million stories about Kenyatta, but let's save that for later. I'm going to tell you 5 life lessons that Kenyatta taught me. Okay, so number 5, don't ever yell at the referees. No matter how much you want to, don't do it. That was very hard for me. Number 4, always say hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night. So kind, so polite. He attributed it to his Southern upbringing. And I think he was secretly trying trying to teach us here in California that it was okay to be kind and polite. Put yourself in their shoes. He loved that message from To Kill a Mockingbird. Kenyatta was never quick to judge. He always gave people the benefit of the doubt, and I think this is why he was the ultimate diplomat who could bridge any gap between any people. Okay, this is number 2. Patience, my dear. Oh. That is what he would always say to me. I'm Sicilian. I have a very hot temper. Patience, my dear. Kenyatta was so unbelievably patient. One of the reasons why he was such an amazing teacher. He tried to teach me, and I'm still working on that. Yeah, still working on it. My kids know I'm still working on the whole patience thing. Yeah, okay. And the number one thing that Kenyatta taught me was never have photo or video evidence. I'm just gonna let you think about it. I'm gonna end by retelling what my brother said about Kenyatta at our Celebration of Life service. I'm stealing from my brother, he would love that. Kenyatta had so many different families. There was his blood family, the Scott family, his Lincoln family, which were the students, his students that he taught in math, his soccer students, the staff, the alumni. There was his soccer refereeing family. He was a referee, he was a teacher of referees. There was my family, the Walenta family. He was part of my family. He would come to our family events. And there was the family of friends that he made when he was traveling. All around the world he traveled. And he made so many friends that were part of his family. And anyone who met Kenyatta and got to know him became part of his family, the Kenyatta family. The people who he spoke to, listened to, and hugged became part of his family. And that means something. And that's important. So when you leave this room tonight, tomorrow, next week, a year from now, if you want to honor the memory of Kenyatta, live like he lived. Hug someone like Kenyatta hugged, with caring and compassion. Listen to someone like Kenyatta listened when he asked you, how are you? Love someone new like Kenyatta would love new people and bring them in to his family. What a great man. I was so very lucky to have called him my friend. And I'm going to end with a poem that we put in his program. It's called Epitaph on My Own Friend. An honest man here lies at rest, as ere God with his image blessed, the friend of man, the friend of truth, the friend of age, the guide of youth. Few hearts like his, with virtue warmed, few heads with knowledge so informed. If there is another world, he lives in bliss. If there is none, he made the best of this. Kenyatta Scott.
I'm sorry for that too. Living in Texas.
Nice.
You know, you should show the picture. This is the picture of Kenyatta from their celebration of life.
I don't know if you can see it. I'll show it to you later if you want to come look at it. Sorry. It's okay. I'm leaving.
She'll be back next year. Now it's time for us to go to the honorees who are being inducted into the Lincoln Wall of Fame. And now before calling them up, I want to address something to the students who are here tonight. These honorees created distinguished careers after Lincoln. And we hope that these careers will inspire you. Because these men and women who are on the Wall of Fame walked through the same hallways, went to the same type of classes, and had the same anxieties and fears that you have. And yet somehow they were able to achieve distinguished careers. Now, with that being said, we are at the Family Club. The Family Club had a very distinguished architect as a member. Timothy Pflueger did the Paramount Theater of the Arts, the Castro Theater, the Alhambra Theater, 450 Sutter, the Pacific Telephone Building, and it is his nephew, John Pflueger, who we are honoring. And if you look at the bio, you will see that John worked for his uncle at Pflueger and Associates. And so I'm calling up now Tom Pflueger, John Pflueger's son. Unfortunately, John is not feeling well and could not be with us tonight. But please give a round of applause for Tom Pflueger.
Thank you so much, David, for that gracious introduction. This is actually Chris Pflueger. My brother Tom implored me to do this speech earlier this evening.
Yeah!
So I do want to say it really feels like a tremendous honor to be here for myself. My dad was so excited to get this recognition and would have done anything to be here, but he's just at a stage of life where to be here would have been really difficult. So I am humbled to be here. My brother and I are both here. As for myself, I do want to say to you graduates this year, I think you're the most important people in the room. I wish you the best. I know everyone in the room wishes you the best. So, you know, my father moved our family to Marin in 1967, and I always thought, oh, well, I'm a San Franciscan. And then coming in this room and, you know, being with all these people and the incredible pride of this community, this Lincoln High School community, and people who were asking me and my brother, oh, did you go to Lincoln? We're like, no. Sorry, we didn't. But it's been amazing for us to see what feeling there is around this school. And I should have known that because my dad has never stopped talking about Lincoln High School his entire life. Class of 1955. And I want to invoke the names of a couple of people that he would love to have seen here. Rich Storick and Bob Kahn. Bob Kahn passed away, Rich Storick, very dear friend. But like these are his lifelong friends. And my dad played basketball at Lincoln. He went to Commodore Slogan after junior high. He told us how much he loved going down to Terraville, the Tennessee Grill. You know, he's just always talking about his days at Lincoln. I'm quite sure they were among the best days of his life. I'm going to finish pretty quickly here, but I do want to try to say something I think he must have gotten from Lincoln, at least in part. So he went on to become an architect, and you know, my dad, I think he's a man who came away with the right values, good values. In his architecture career, way back in the 70s, he was designing buildings that were energy efficient. That was his thing. He got awards for that, but you know, he was working for the planet a long time ago. As a father, he was great, really compassionate, very kind dad. And so I appreciate that about him too. He's also he may have moved to Marin in 1967, but the guy is a San Francisco man through and through. I mean, he's lived his life by the Sacred Trinity, Warriors, Giants, 49ers. Like he's buying us a DVD of the 2010 World Series Championship. I'm like, it meant so much to him, and he thought we would want to commemorate that as much as he did. And he's just an open-minded, broad-minded man with a big heart. And I love San Francisco. My grandparents were in San Francisco. My dad came from San Francisco, and he loves the city. And he wishes so much he could be here. I think the last thing I want to say is I am humbled to be here in this company too. Mr. Kevin Anderson, our fellow honoree, and Justice Martin Jenkins, who's going to speak with you. Just to be in the same space with you, my dad would have loved to be in the same space with you. So thank you so much, David, and the Alumni Association for this honor. My dad is thrilled, and on his behalf, thank you so much.
Now our next introducer, this will be the second time that he is introduced a Wall of Fame honoree. The first time was Justice Donald King, and now it's for Kevin Anderson, but he himself is a member of the Wall of Fame. Associate Justice of the California Supreme Court, Martin Jenkins.
So I first want to say good evening to everybody here, and congratulations to all the honorees and the scholarship recipients. We are so very proud of you and the amazing good work you've done to earn these scholarships, and it is our hope that this money will take you a great ways toward accomplishing your aspirations and dreams and entering college as you're about to. I also want to thank the board and the Whitehead brothers. It's an amazing thing that you do and that you have done. A friend of mine always says that in this country, we really won't solve a lot of the problems. Hungry kids being abandoned to the foster system, we won't solve those problems until people start to see kids who are not their own and treat them as they would their own. And that's what these scholarships really represent. They're providing money for you to achieve your dreams. But they are not your parents, but they care just as much. As I listened to the introduction of Mr. Kenyatta Scott, I couldn't help but think that he would be very proud that you are inducting tonight someone who has done what he did for the course of his life, someone who has been an athletic director, someone who has been involved with children, and after that, young adults in a number of universities. And the spread of universities that Mr. Anderson has worked in, my friend Kevin, is extraordinary. He's been the athletic director at 2 military academies, West Point and the Air Force Academy. First African-American ever to be the athletic director at West Point. He's been an assistant athletic director at Cal. Some of you are going to Cal. At Stanford, I'm not sure how he worked that out, given the deep affection that those two schools have for each other, particularly around big game time, but he did. And the University of Maryland as well. If you think about those schools geographically, and from a diversity perspective, they are as different as night and day. The common denominator is this man. Every school that he has served has gotten better. The programs flourished. Funds raised. Students graduate. Because that's always been his focus. He has had that kind of focus since I first met him when he was a 15-year-old at Lincoln High School, playing on the soft rush football team. And there I was playing on the varsity team, but hardly playing. We met as members of the scout team. That's the team that gets the first liners ready for the next game. So Kevin's star was on the ascendancy when we met. There was no star for me that I could see in the galaxy at that time. But he was my friend, and he befriended me. And so I wanted to share just a few things with you tonight. First, you meet people, adults. You meet them when they've arrived at the destination. But what you really want to know is, what was the journey like? What did they do in the journey to end up where they are? That's what you really want to know, and I entreat you to ask questions of people who are doing what you want to do. Ask them what they did to get there. It's the best learning that you can ever have. I know for Kevin, a part of it was the values that he received from his parents in his formative years. His parents, like my parents, like a number of the kids here at Lincoln now, they came to San Francisco in search of a better life. A better life for them, and this story is told over and over. Italians, Irish, the story continues to repeat. But they also came because they wanted a better life for their children. And they were lethally serious about creating that life for their children. What did it take? A good education. We've seen evidence of that tonight in scholarship. It also took understanding that your elders in the community were to be valued. You think now sometimes that your parents don't know much about what they're talking about. I used to think that too. But as you grow, you're going to find out remarkably they were so much smarter than you gave them credit for. Spoken like a true parent. So start to listen to them more. Ask them questions now. A good education, respect for his elders, the benefit of being raised in a community that is cohesive and supporting of its children. And we had that. Kevin had it in Sunset, I had it in Lakeview, Merced Heights, and we definitely had it at Lincoln. And that tradition continues. And a faith in God for Kevin. His parents knew something. They knew that the journey he was about to undertake, he was going to have a belief in something more powerful than he was, to keep him grounded, to keep him wedded to his goals. And so they introduced him to a faith that informs his life to this very day. Every morning, all of Kevin's friends receive a meditation from him. He curates it himself. It is amazing to me that on my worst days, when I open my email and I look at that meditation, Kevin has sent me a meditation that speaks exactly to what's happening in real time in my life. And I'm so grateful to you for that, Kevin. So I want to just share one last vignette with you. You can read the program, and you can read of all these tremendous exploits. They're too numerous to talk about this evening. But I was blessed to attend his retirement program last summer at the Air Force Academy. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it has to be the most beautiful setting for a college that one can imagine, nestled in the Colorado Rockies, verdant greens as far as the eye can see. And there we were to honor Kevin, his wife Maura right there with her, who was the real power behind the throne in this relationship. It takes about 5 seconds to realize that. And there were about, I'd say, conservatively 350 people in that auditorium. The commandants of the Air Force Academy. There were members of the NCAA who came to speak on Kevin's behalf. They talked about the committee work he had done. He chaired a number of committees. I heard applause when someone mentioned what's happened with women's basketball today. Where you're looking at the man who made most of that happen. And for the first time, the ratings for the women's draw, the televised games, was higher than the men's. So 350 people conservatively there. But what was really impressive to me, and I'm an old guy, I've been to a lot of retirement, was who attended. There were students from every school where he has served as an athletic director. From Cal, from Stanford, from Oregon State, from University of Maryland, from both academies. And they each took the stage one by one and told stories about this man, what he had done in their lives, how he and his wife had took them in when they needed shelter, and how they had administered a healthy dose of tough love when they needed that too. They each told a story about how they almost left, but Kevin and Maura showed them why it was more important to stay. And in that moment, I sat there and thought to myself, I hear a lot of talk in my discipline. Justices on the California Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court, they talk about legacy. What is their legacy? But I had a real-time experience up close and personal with someone who has left a legacy. A legacy of helping young men and women do their best athletically and academically. And he did it at the same time he ran multi-million-dollar budgets. He was prescient in his notion that Maryland needed to lead and enter the Big Ten, and he was criticized for that. But we saw a few months ago when the Pac-12 imploded, when UCLA and USC left, that he was ahead of the curve. So I want to close with this. Each of those young men and women who spoke at his time, they are doctors, they are lawyers, they are businessmen and businesswomen, they are engineers, they are teachers, every discipline under the sun they have migrated to. And they came back to salute him. And as I thought about the many people he has touched, what an amazing legacy, Kevin, that you and Maura have created in your travels. When I look at the nomination criteria, it says the following. It says, one of the criteria for nominating a candidate to receive the Wall of Fame award is that the nominee, in his or her field of endeavor, serves as a positive and inspirational role model to current and future members of the Abraham Lincoln High School student body. And by that standard, or any other, Kevin Anderson deserves the prestigious honor you award him tonight. Congratulations, Kevin.
Was very kind and generous words. Before I get started, I want all the parents to stand up. And I want you to be recognized, because without you, these young people would not be getting these scholarships this evening. So parents, stand up. this prestigious award and having me here this evening. I want to introduce my wife, Moira. Without her, none of this happens. And I also want to point out the table of my friends. Some I've seen yesterday, some I haven't seen in years, so thank you for coming. And I also want to congratulate John Pflueger for him and Kenyatta for their awards and what they've done, so thank you. So, last night when I went to bed, I was a senior at Lincoln High School. This morning I woke up and I was getting this prestigious award from my high school, and I'm a 68-year-old man. But that's how fast time flies. Life is but a vapor. And to be here in front of you, and I've been honored before, but not like this. This is home. This is my family. So my wife can tell you, and I've been able to get up in front of other people and speak from time to time, and not be as nervous as I was today. Because I knew, and I know I had to do a great job, particularly with this gentleman who just introduced me. And I knew that if I messed up, he was going to let me know about it. Lincoln High School's coaches, teachers, faculty, and students prepared me for my life. Coach Pat Girardi once sat down and talked to me, and he said, you know, Kevin, you're a leader, and you need to be a leader. And at that time, I didn't want that responsibility. I just wanted to be a normal student at Lincoln High School. See, I came up in the Sunset District, and at that time, it was predominantly white. And it was difficult from time to time because I was different, and people let me know I was different. But you know what? In my career, being with the different people I grew up with, the different ethnic groups and everything else, helped me in my career. It helped me make decisions because I knew how to work with people of different backgrounds, different languages, and everything that came with being at Lincoln High School. Had I not had those experiences, I would not have been successful today. Sitting in rooms with different people, addressing different issues, and understanding them. How many times have you been in a room and not been understood because you might be different? Lincoln embraced being different. I would argue the fact that at the time we went to school, I went to school at Lincoln High School, it was the most diverse high school in this city, could be in this country. But you know, what Lincoln did was embrace that diversity. Led us to who we are and what we're going to be today. I mean, just look in this room and all the different people in here. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to be part of this. In our ventures, and we've moved many times before, I have never seen a community that has so many different people and embrace. And tonight, congratulations to all our young folks, because you're an example of that. Later in my life, I reflect back and acknowledging this opportunity to be part of this leadership in college athletics. And again, I'm going to repeat myself. Had I not had the opportunity to be part of a multicultural environment and community, we would not have been able to achieve the things that we were able to do. I could tell you time after time being in rooms with my colleagues, and I'm really not having an understanding of diversity. Some of the reasons why we're looking at the issues that are in college football, basketball, even some of our country's issues. If we took what we learned on the court, in the classroom, and in the locker room, and portrayed that to life experiences, our world would be much better today. I want to recognize Marty and Daryl Jenkins. Now, first, I want to talk about Daryl. Daryl took me under his wings when I was a freshman at Lincoln High School, and he must have known that I looked lost, confused, anxious, and he walked me through it. And the reason why I was able to be successful is because Daryl laid the way for me. And then, on top of that, he introduces me to his brother Marty. Now, my career success is due to him. And I want to share this brief story with you. So, Daryl and Marty and I officiated high school football games and youth football. So we would spend a Saturday together from 9 to 5 just officiating football games. So one Saturday, Marty came and he said, "Hey, I need your resume." And I said, "What for?" He said, "There's a position at Stanford University in their athletic department. I talked to some people, and I think you would be great for it." So I had a family friend. He was the second African-American football player at Stanford. So I called him, and I said, a friend came to me, said there's this job at Stanford, and I think I'm going to go after it. So paused for a moment, and he said, "You'll never get that job." I said, "Why not?" He said, "Because you're not part of the family." So when Stanford University called me and offered me the job, after I got off the phone with him, I called him and said, "Hey, guess who's coming to dinner?" For all the young people in the room, go home and ask your parents for the coffee.
We don't know. We don't know.
So I'm going to be brief and I'm going to end this, but one of the things, or probably the most important thing that I got from Lincoln High School is grit. If not for my experience at Lincoln High School, I would have never had the courage to pursue the life endeavors that I have. Conscientious, perseverance, resilience, and passion is what part of my degree was from Lincoln High School. Overcome a lot of things in life, and it had not been for those experiences at Lincoln, I probably wouldn't be standing in front of you today. Lincoln High School taught me how to pick myself up when I was down. Lincoln High School taught me how to do the right thing when nobody's looking. You're going to be challenged, young folks. You're going to have to make some decisions in life, as I have. And one thing I want you to take today, and what Lincoln High School is all about, is being able to persevere and do the right thing when you know people are asking you to do the wrong thing. It takes a lot of courage to step up and be that person. Part of what we expect out of you being a Lincoln High School graduate is that you do those kind of things. I've been very blessed by God. His favor has been bestowed upon me, and with that, there's an obligation. There was an obligation for me to be able to work with young people and develop them and see how they've gone on. So everybody asks me, how did I measure my success? It wasn't the 4 years that I had these young people with me. It's what happens afterwards. It's what happens when I'm walking through the airport, or I'm at the grocery store, or I'm out on the street, and one of these beautiful young people come up, Mr. Anderson, do you remember me? I am so-and-so, this is my family, this is my significant other, this is what I'm doing. That's my reward. I've been blessed. Thank you very much. Out of anything that I've had in my life that I've been recognized, this is the greatest honor that I've ever had. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, pretty amazing evening. Wonderful graduates of Lincoln High School for this year and those who graduated perhaps a few years before. It's wonderful. We hope to see you next year. Please drive carefully and go Mustangs. Okay, I'd love to do the hymn, except last year the students didn't seem to know it.
Uh-oh, wait a minute.
Do they know the melody?
They better.
Claire, do you know the melody?
Okay, we're gonna sing it, right?
So,
Yeah!
all right, and this is in honor of Kenyatta Scott, because he always ran up there. Okay, my brother can sing, Peter. We need people to sing who know the hymn.
We can sing from here. High on a hilltop, mid sand and sea, Abraham Lincoln, we will honor thee forever, thy sons and daughters, however long the trail, always will remember thee. Hail, hail, hail!
All right, please, everybody, drive carefully.